Welcome back to Come Knit With Me. Now this is the back of the sweater. You can see the lace action going. Now we're going to get ready to start the left front, and this is the pattern I'm going to be using. I converted it to a spreadsheet just because I find the spreadsheet's easy for me to deal with. So we will cast on 29 stitches. Okay, now each section is 15 needles. So there's 30. And I only need 29, so I get rid of one. Just to be sure. 2, 4, 6, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 29. Okay. Now, I don't like chasing my needles all over the place. So I like to kind of lock them in a reasonable place. So I will do a closed cast on. Oops, excuse my arm, please. And I'll just do my 29 here. And 29. And I'm using Burnett Baby Sport, which you can see here. And this one happens to be pink. Okay, so I got my cast on row. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all these stitches behind the latches. And I'm taking my latch tool and opening up my latches. Get my weights nearby. Set my row counter to 0. Bring my carriage out. Make sure I have key plate 2. And knit the first row slowly. And I do it slowly because I don't have any weights in it yet. Okay. Now I will pull it open just a little bit. And I will hang my weights. I always do it one on each end. Then I start just doing the center. And then I go to center. Now I do a lot at first, but I will be taking some of them off, rearranging them as I go. Okay. So I will knit, just like before, 2 rows. Okay, now I'm going to make my chart here big so I can see it easier. Okay, and this is the row I'm working on. So in this case, 7, 8 is going to be my knit 2 togethers, and 18 and 19 is going to be my knit 2 togethers. Okay. So, fortunately I put it on the right one. So I have 18 and 19. Alright, let me rephrase that. I did not put it on the right one. So, I can either remove it, which is a bit of a hassle, or come over here on my, hang on a minute. Okay. And on my spreadsheet, now I have it started at number 10. So if I exchange the 1 for a 10, oops, get rid of that space. Okay, let's see what happened. It changed all my numbers. So now I'm looking at, I started on 10. Yep. So 16 and 17, that's these two, need to be marked. Now, these are where I did it earlier. So these, I'm going to mark them a little different. Okay. So 17 and 18 and 27 and 28 and then 38. Okay. Remember, we're going to do a 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, the first one being 4. So we move these 4 over. So my eyelet is on 12, right there. And using my 2-prong tool, I'll move these 4 over. And my opening is on 29. Can't read, hold it. 21. Right there. Okay, and I move these 4 over. And I go on my chart, I'm going to move these 4 over. And then I will knit 2 rows. Okay, I'm also going to decrease on the brain drain. As I'm looking at it on the left. Okay, I'm going to decrease it. So I'm basically going to remove, I think I'm not going to use these. I'm going to just clear them out of my chart. Reset. So that one is not going to get done. So we will move these over because I want to decrease. Okay, now I knit my 2 rows with latches open. One and 2. Okay, so that puts me at 5, which is actually, because I did 3. I did 2 here and this only calls for 1, so that is actually 2. Okay, now equals this plus 1, and just copy this all the way up. Okay, now my row counter will match what's on my screen. Okay, so I am at 5, which is right here, so I'm going to bring that up. So I need the opening at 13, so I'm making the double 16 and 17, which is, and it's just, I did 4, now I'm doing 3. Okay, and then I'm doing this side. And this side. Okay. Latches open and knit 2 rows. Okay, now I'm not going to do any more decreasing until 26, so I'm going to mark that. And we'll use the pinkish. And then I do another decrease at 49. Pinkish. And then again at 59. And that's where I start shaping my sleeve. So I will be back at this point. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and I will return. I wanted to mention for on row 33, which is the last of the knit 2 togethers going across, that is your last pattern. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, see, here's the bottom of the sweater, and there's the top of the pattern. And right here is where we're going to start the sleeves. Okay, so I will be back when we get back to doing the sleeves. Oh, just finished row 35, and I've got all my pattern done as far as I had chosen to do it. Now I'm going to knit straight to row 49 if my yarn will let me. That's one of the reasons you pulled it loose. 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, oops, 48. No worries, just grab it and rehang it. Okay, 49, 48, and 49. Okay, one thing I gotta check. Okay, when I made my chart, here, let me show you. Let me get it a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. I have to go back because when I made my chart, as you can see here, I failed to put in my neck right in through here. So I'm going to go back and do that. But in the meantime, I am at row 49. I am going to decrease 1 stitch at both ends. Let me rephrase that. Not both ends, just the one end. Just the left side. Because this is the neck side, the center, so that's going to be straight. Okay, so now we knit straight till 56. So it's 50. 4. 8 and 9. Okay. Let's see. Let me open up I don't want spreadsheet. Let's see, it's a document I want. And it's right there that I want, so this should be my, that ain't it. Let me regroup here. Close that. File. Open. Document. Lacy Baby. That's the one I want. Let's see if I get it this time. Yep, Lacy Baby, 1 year old. And the front. Okay. Armhole at right as her back. Continue until 88 rows with 16 stitches remaining. Then shape neckline as follow. Continue raglan, shaping at the same time. Okay. Let's see, row 58. Thread left 11 stitches to waist yarn. Continue armhole shaping. Decrease 1 stitch at neck edge, left end, every row twice until 2 stitches remain. Okay, so at row, where is it? There it is, row 88. And I always like bolding that, but that way it'll stick out. With 16 remaining, thread 11 to waist yarn. Okay, so row 88, right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so these go to waist yarn. And how I do waist yarn, I just colored in black. Alright. And then shape neckline to step to continue. Decrease 1 stitch at neck edge, left end. Every row until 2 stitches remaining. Well, this was the front, we're doing the left, so we just reverse it. 1 stitch every row. Okay, so there. Copy. Paste. And paste. So these are black. Black. Okay, so there's my neckline. It's a very short neckline. Alright, so I do not have to worry about the neck edge until I reach row 88. And I want that to stand out, so I'm doing it in red. And I can't see the numbers, so I'm changing that to white. Alright, so back to row 59. I'm going to decrease on the armhole side 2 stitches. Okay. There we go. And now I'm going to knit 2 rows. Keep my on. 1, 2, and 2. Oh, I had to do the row for the decrease. And 2. Alright, now I'm going to do the little bits. Okay. So, remember we changed the numbers? So needle 20, and towards the center, and this side is my center, and 24, and 28, and 32, sorry for background noise, and 36. Okay, and we're going to knit 2 rows. One. Make sure the yarn overs get put where they belong. And 2. Okay, now on either side of that yarn over, I pull it in. These holes will be reshaped once I take it off the machine. Okay. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do so I don't drop any of my stitches, which we all know is very simple to do, I'm going to bring all my needles to forward work position with all the work behind the latches. Okay. And oh, I missed one. And then I'm going to make sure, oops, sorry about that one, that all my latches are open. Okay, double check. Make sure they're all even there. And make sure I have enough yarn loosed so that I can knit it. And I'm going to knit that row really slow. I'm feeling, making sure the stitch is knitted. Which some did, some didn't. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. And now we go up 1 row, and we're going to decrease 1 stitch over here. And now we're back to straighten it. 1. And that puts us right here. We just did that one. Well, actually, we just did that one. So now I want to knit even to 69, 68, and 69. And getting row 70 ready. I'm going to decrease 1 over here. And go to 73. Decrease 1 more. And that puts us right there. So, 3 more rows. One. Oh. I hold the yarn up so I don't lose everything. And once I grab it, I re-knit the stitch. I can remove some of these weights. It looks a whole lot longer than it really is, honest. Okay. Now we just did 75. I got 76. And we decrease 1 more. And that is 76. We knit to 79. Okay, and we decrease 1. Oops. Okay. We knit for till 82. Find the right stitches and rehang them. Okay, and 82. Okay, we decrease 1 more. Okay, and that puts us here. So the next one is 85. And 85. Decrease 1 more. And we go to 88. Then we start doing something different. 3. Okay. Now I'm not going to need as many weights. Sorry about that. And what I'm going to do, remember we put the back on. Okay. So I'm going to Well, not just yet. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to take that row out because I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we can take these out, take these off, let them just hang, and get ready to hit 9, and I need to move these over 1 because I'm decreasing on that side every row. And I need to move this one over. Okay. Now remember, we're decreasing every row on the neck edge, which is this side here. So we go into 2 more. Okay, now we don't decrease on this one because we're going to do 3. And 1 more. And that puts us at 90. Well, 91 actually did that. Sorry about that. I would normally like to have my yarn going out the back, but I didn't. Now these, I want to have enough to sew my arms together. So I go twice, 3 times the length of the area plus a little bit. Cut it. And these, instead of casting off, I'm going to put on these yarn holders. I am not going to sew these together right off the get-go. They're about the same length, which is what I was expecting. So I am going to go do the front, right, and all I'm going to do is the opposite of what I did for this one. Okay? And I'll be back when I get that done. Welcome back. Getting ready to do the right front of the sweater. And I got to show you something. Take a minute. I did the left front earlier. And this is why you need to stay in focus of what you're doing. I started the front, and I got to thinking I was doing a sleeve. And I cut short the amount of pattern I get. So this has got to be redone. And since I wanted it done right, I'm going to redo it. But I'm going to do this one first. Okay, so here's the right. I cast on 29 stitches, and I knit the first 3 rows, which I've already done 1. 2, and 3. Okay. Now I've already marked. The rows that I am going to do my knit twos together, which is 29, 19, and 18, 8 and 7. I shall get out. Okay, so it's going to go to the 29. So I bring these two over. And these two over. And now I do 19 and 18. So we bring that one over. Once you get the pattern set in your mind, you can take your spreadsheet and reduce some rows. What I mean by that is I'll take this and reduce it up here so I can see the decreases. And I right click, oops, gotta be able to see it. Right click and hide rows. Okay, then I go one above the increase and to the decrease. And I hide those rows. So I'm only really looking at a few items. I need to see these are my knit two togethers. I need to see those and that one and that, and I know what all these other weird dots are. They're the horseshoe design. Okay, so I'm going to do the 8 and 7. So we have 8 and 7 is there, so these 4 have to move over. Now, this side is my sleeve, so I'm not going to do a whole lot on this side because it's the underarm. Okay. So when I start decreasing, I won't be including a lot of these. Okay, so I did my 3, and now I'm going to decrease, and I'll just move these over 1. And I will do it until 26. 26 right here. And I'll follow my pattern along, which I will knit 2 rows. Okay, what am I missing here? Okay, 19 and 18. Aha. Okay. I did not move these over. Oops. There we go. Now that looks right. Okay. And I'll make this that 2 is 3. Okay. Now I'm back where I'm supposed to be. Follow the pattern as it's written, and I'll be back when I get closer to the arm. Well, welcome back, and I'm at row 50. I'm going to do a decrease here, and this is where my sleeve is going to go eventually. And now we'll just follow the pattern. And I'll remember that this is my neck side and this is my sleeve side. And remember I spoke earlier about my keeping an eye on what you're making. Here's the problem. See, I have no pattern there. So I'm going to have to take that out to back down to that point. Like I said, there's nothing you do on the bond that you can't fix. Okay, so that's my row 50. Now, the fun part, I will be knitting. Let me double check. Whoops. To row 60 even. So I'll be back after that point. It'll be quick. I'll be back in a little bit.